Welcome back, guys. All of our viewers out there, thank you for tuning in. We were having a discussion on the break right before we went live, which is how does like planar beings dying work in 5th edition specifically? Right. So like, if Lulu was to die, does Lulu go back to the celestial plane and reform? Because officially, there's nothing I can find that says yes. I thought it was a universal thing. If you die outside of your home plane, you just go back there. But it might be a fiend only thing.
Well, according to the monster manual, angels do not have that protection the same way fiends and do.
Right.
But it depends on how did she get to the material plane.
We're also not on the material plane, though.
It's true.
How is she in the other planes? Is it like how was the planar travel? Because if she used astral projection, then any incarnation she has on another plane is temporary, and she just gets warped back. But if she came here through a different type of planar travel,
she walked through the portal after Idleglen with Zariel at her side and physically walked.
Yeah. Then it's not astral projection.
Right. It is interesting. I just thought it was innately to all like planar creatures, and now I got to do more research for next week. I should have figured that out before I tried to kill your favorite character.
Yeah,
Thanks
maybe.
for that.
Huh. Oh,
although
I was prepared to kill him.
That's weird, Steve. You didn't try and kill Marius. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I tried to kill Hal. I mean,
I was close to. Well, I don't know about killing.
After the Reed family
Listen,
attacked
in Idleglen, you didn't get hit at all. You got your
Fog cloud.
What do you call it?
Yep.
You got your comeuppance. Now, to be fair, you did amazing on your con saves, because it would have been really bad for you if you didn't.
Yeah, great concepts.
So good job on that.
Took a feat.
It's a good feat.
Okay, so we are now in the wake of the battle as you guys are here on the streets of Elturel trying to catch your breath. You guys plan to take, what, like just 10 minutes here? Are you attempting to take 10 minutes here? Or are you going to put the fortress? Like, what is the plan?
If we put up the fortress, we should probably put it up at the entrance of the High Hall, like Ava said. So that way it adds added protection for the people defending it.
Sure.
And then we can use it to rest.
Yeah.
If we're doing that.
You do know that it would be quite a, like, from where you guys are to the High Hall, it's probably going to take you something of like a 30-minute walk, unless you have some way to speed it up.
Well, I'll be flying, and then someone can ride Saul. And Lulu can't change back into a mammoth, can she?
Nope. Lulu it's a once a day ability for Lulu, so she cannot go back into a mammoth. Morthos can't go back to being an eagle, and yeah.
Ava's gonna turn to Nacius. How much time do we have left until until you feel like it's not worth, or it's too difficult to save Elturel?
I mean, so long as I can get under the earth. So if it touches down, it's probably too late. But if I can get under it before then, and there's no chains, I can physically lift it back and take it to the material plane.
Do we want to just check in after 10 minutes and see how far it's dropped and see if we can afford another like 30?
Yeah, it feels like with your guys' battle, everything, like, there's a wide berth given to you guys, and then, like, a few minutes into this thing, a single zombie kind of, like, wanders in towards you guys, which is obviously not an issue. I'm not even going to make you guys roll initiative, but, like, a zombie, like, rolls into your camp to try to, like, bite you guys and is immediately, like, put down.
Freaking Walking Dead.
I think we should probably... Well...
It doesn't interrupt your rest or anything. I'm just letting you know there is a zombie wandering.
I can probably heal everyone with my prayer while we head over, right? Or I can ride on Saul while we all rush over,
That's
so
a
I'm
good
not
point.
preoccupied.
Yeah.
Towards the High Hall?
Should we go towards the High Hall, or should we
I
make
think
our
we
way to
should
the
be going
chains?
towards the chains.
Okay, could we get a map of the city up?
Yeah,
If we
let's,
have one of
let's pull a
those?
map of the city. Let's take you guys back to this map of Elturel. So this is more of like an artist's sort of rendition, and it's not like you guys have this map in your possession. But if you look at the map, there are 9 of these chains all around the outside.
Fuck.
And they are spread very far, right? Like, I'm talking opposite sides of the city, and you know that, like, crossing the city takes some time. So, like, even if you guys each split up and went to a different chain, that still doesn't solve all of them, right?
Right.
It seems like a very tough logistical problem to solve.
Okay, so first
Do we
things first,
go-
how do we get rid of them?
Do we go to the High Hall and see if they know how?
Nasius would say, like,
and then
knowing, like, infernal iron and stuff like that, like, it would take something powerful, like
Marius holds up Zariel's sword.
I mean, maybe we could try it. I'm thinking more like either like a titan could like possibly bust them, or like there are certain demons that might be able to gnaw through them, or if any of you happen to have like a dragon in your back pocket, dragon fire should do it.
We have
Tiamat's kind of our friend.
yeah, do we have a favor from Tiamat?
Yep.
Well,
How do
And
we
he
call
looks
that
at you
in?
like, wait, what?
Yeah,
not
we've
important.
yeah, we've had to look, this has been a difficult road and we had to make some terrible choices, but we're almost successful.
Okay.
Well, what about that thing that the Pit Fiend's holding, or
The standard?
the
Yeah,
standard,
what is this
or the
helmet?
thing
Does
with the weird little demon in it?
Yeah, like there's like a demon in the cage and it's like hissing at you and like trying to claw and get out of the cage and try to bite you, but it can't. And while you guys are doing this, do you guys want where are you guys like walking towards? Like to the nearest chain, to the high
I was
hall.
I was
My
thinking
vote
the
is
high-
nearest chain.
Okay. Where are we at in the city?
Probably right. Well, let's say the companion would be right over the center, so you're probably right around this area. So you're not that far from the high hall, honestly. Probably just like a 10-minute walk up the road.
Let's go to the High Hall then, because maybe we can get some people to help.
Right.
Maybe they have something in the High Hall that can help us.
And if we need to cash in that favor from Tiamat, I do have sending, so that I can just contact Arkan immediately.
Okay, could you please do that and ask them to send up somebody with that can dragon fire, because we need to remove the chains, and that
Okay.
if they help us remove the chains off of Elturel, do we just want to say that cancels the debt?
I get 25 words. Give me a few minutes to like organize this as we walk over to the High Hall. And I'm assuming-
Marius doesn't want to make the decision for the group. That's why he asked that question. Is everyone cool with that being the conclusion of our arrangement with Tiamat?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Ditto.
It seems like a good way to repay the favor.
Agreed.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever you come up with, Zeke.
So Nasius
Just,
says, do you guys have a dragon in your back pocket? And you guys literally do.
Yeah.
Not literally, figuratively you do.
I mean, a dragon is a little bit of an understatement too. So I think between only having a favor, but that favor being from Tiamat, we have a dragon in our back pocket.
Literal draconic goddess.
Do you think his husband's gonna come with Arkan when he comes to destroy the chains?
Do you think Arthur's gonna be there too? I don't want to see
Oh.
Arthur again. Unless we're gonna kill him.
Yeah. I mean that can just be another day.
But also, let's say Tiamat doesn't honor her pact or her agreement with us. We still need a contingency plan.
Arkan can
Well,
answer immediately, so
We'll
Presumably.
find that out on the way to the High Hall.
first need Dragonfire to break chain. That's 10.
And as you guys get closer, because I'm assuming you guys are walking towards High Hall as you're doing this, right?
Yeah.
There's like lots of demonic activity like around you guys. Like there's like these like small little demons that are like no issue, right? But there's swarms of like small, what are they called? Like dredges and zombies, and occasionally you see like a minotaur, and it seems like there's combat, like battle noises coming from the direction of the High Hall, and it seems like, from what you can see, there seems to be that there are like undead and demons like fighting each other.
Nice. If we see like a big enough battle that it's a problem, then I would use Saul to ferry everyone like over the battle and into the keep. But
yeah, they don't seem to take much. Like, they're not like swarming you guys and attacking, and there's nothing threat-wise I want to make you guys roll initiative. Just be aware there is a lot of this sort of like demon on undead combat going around. And I think the thing that would catch your eye the most is there is a zombie that is carrying, like slung over his shoulder, what looks to be like a dead woman, just kind of shambling like past you guys.
Oh, Mary's.
Quick perception check to see what kind of what the woman looks like.
Yeah, I'm not even going to require a perception check with your high thing, and the zombie's not even hiding it. Based on the colors and the look, she looks like a human, probably like late 40s, early 50s, dressed in a manner that you would expect Elturel people to be dressed in.
Marius would
That
kill
lady.
rescue the woman.
Yeah,
What
no
hap-
problem. You can go ahead and kill the zombie, and he drops the corpse that he was carrying.
We so she's 100% dead.
Yeah, like you check, you feel cold. She's been dead for a while.
Probably
Is
taking
it
her
the
back. Very-
is it the lady from the High Hall? Who is it?
She does not look familiar to you guys. It's not someone you guys have seen before.
Yeah, we would just be defending Ava because she's
kinda-
riding. Saul.
Yeah, you kind of look up and you realize that like there seems to be a lot of these like zombies and undead that are just going like to these random houses around you and just apparently scavenging for like people. And you see when they find one, they just sling it over their shoulder and start walking back towards what you can surmise is the graveyard.
Yeah, he's making more zombies for his army.
Which
So we
isn't
get-
necessarily bad right now.
Yeah, if anything, I guess the zombies are defending the High Hall, right, from the demons.
Yeah, interesting point.
Maybe it was, that health potion someone left at the top of the stairs, that mysterious benefactor
Mm-hmm.
that he never saw.
So we all get 11 healing.
Yeah.
Thanks. Healing. I just sent the sending, so Arkin can get back to me on that pretty quickly.
Okay, Elturel chain to Avernus. Need powerful dragon fire to break chains. Calling in favor. Time sensitive. Hurry. Awesome.
Everyone but Ava gets it.
Oh, Ava doesn't get the prayer? Oh, is Ava full?
Ava,
Because I'm only missing 14, and everyone else seems to be worse off.
so you would get healed 14 from Marius.
Yeah, you can take mine. I don't need any healing.
Nah, you're topped off, Marthos?
Yeah, I didn't even take a hit point.
Never
Does that
mind
change
then.
it? Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Is
How is
Lulu
everyone?
counted in that?
Lulu is counted in that.
How is everyone
Actually,
doing
no.
health-wise?
Actually, yeah. Lulu's counted in that.
Lulu's at 27 out of 36, so
Okay.
that'll.
I might be doing a mass healing word in just a second. Who needs health?
I'm only 3 away. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Hal, you're still injured, right?
Yep.
Marius, you're still injured? Marius? Husband
Bueller.
too?
Bueller.
Nacius is also like almost 70 down, like 69, 63 down.
Oh yeah, we need him.
In that case.
So yeah, so you send your message to Arkin, and there's like a slight pause, and this is your response. Oh yeah, the queen knew that you were gonna need our help. We're not far. Hold tight. Them chains are going down. Look to the west.
Look to the west.
And you're like, there's no directions here.
Yeah, there's no sense of. He's just saying shit.
And there's a
Did we
cutaway
get-
to like the group, right? And you see like Arkin So like there's a camp not far from like the banks, like on the other side of the river from Elturel, right? And you see Arkin riding his like chimera, I think it is, manticore. It's a manticore. He's riding his manticore, and around him he's got Torgar, his boyfriend, husband. I don't know. Maybe they got married. And he's riding like a dragon. And next to him is oh god, what was the turtle's name? Kroll the turtle, the death turtle, and the fourth one to round out their group is Arthur.
No.
They're all mounted on dragons except for Arkin, who is mounted on his manticore, and he like sends this.
That might be worth.
And he sends the message back to you, and he looks to them and he says, "We saw the explosion. The queen was right. This is our chance." And he turns, and the camera turns, and you look, and when he's looking out, there is like a field with like hundreds of like Abishai, which are like dragon devils, right? You guys have seen some of the Abishai before.
Mm-hmm.
Just to pop up and remind you guys, like, what an Abishai. I thought I had a handout. Maybe not. Anyways, there are like literally hundreds of Abishai like sitting behind him in like looks like a whole army, and Arkin like raises his like giant axe to the sky and he says, "Today we take down Zariel. Today Arkin the Cruel becomes Archduke of Avernus." And he turns and like points his axe and says, like, "Attack." And you watch as just like scores and scores of Abishai and Arkin and all these take to the sky and begin descending on the battle beneath Elturel. You guys don't see any of that. We cut back to you guys just walking up the street to the High Hall, and you know, with you getting your message, like, look to the west.
Did the 4 dragons say they were coming up?
Arkin got the message, right? He knows what. He's not just gonna fight devils for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that you don't know. He said help is on the way, right?
Yeah,
that's all I say.
Okay.
So you guys don't quite know what that means.
The message was pretty clear, at least. So I mean,
Yes.
he's gonna do what he's gonna do, I guess.
So you guys
Good-
get to
good
like
message.
you get to the front of like the High Hall, like kind of when you guys. This is like similar retracing your steps when you came the first time you landed in Elturel, right? And it's weird to see the same setting, but in a much, you know, you guys are much more powerful now. And as you do, you see there is a battle raging on the steps outside the High Hall, and it looks like Gideon Lightward is standing at the top of the steps. Your old friend Gideon, commanding like his undead to like fight back the demons who are like assaulting the High Hall. So there is a bit of a battle going on here. So yeah, there's skeletons, there's wits, there's Gideon Lightward and a bunch of zombies milling around, and he's on one side yelling at them to repel, and they're fighting like Vrox and Minotaurs, and then inside he's yelling back, and he's yelling at his zombies to like bring, like, you know, kill everyone inside and bring me their bodies.
Oh, that's not good.
Cool.
So we hear this.
Yeah, you can totally see this happening. You're far enough away that you know, Gideon is preoccupied at the moment. But I can do this. Let me see.
How far away is he from Hal?
I mean, probably like 100 feet. You know, you guys are kind of approaching the High Hall, but like, my battle map doesn't go that far away from him, but you guys can be like pretty far away from him. Nasius
Hal,
will
okay.
also
Look
just
around, right?
point out, right? Like, Nasius says, like, you know, if the chains do get broke, like, and I take, if I take Elturel back, are you riding it home?
No.
No.
Then you might want to come up with a plan to get off this rock before that time comes.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, I have 4 death wards, but that's a bad plan.
I'll pull
Yeah.
you
We're
guys
also
here just so
falling in
you
the middle
can
of the battle.
I'll put you here just so you can see it.
Okay, what's
I
the
mean-
scale of this?
I mean, don't you have Thunderstep, Morthos? So you can take someone with you. I have Dimension Door. I can take someone to the surface, and then Saul
Yep.
can take somebody. So, I mean, it's just a couple trips. And we
I
can
got
get
Dimension
everybody
Door
off.
too, so I think how many can
Right.
we take with?
It's not that big of a concern, but it is something that he does bring up and point out.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. Before he starts lifting off, we just need to get off of the city.
That also
So-
means we need to get all these demons out of Elturel as best we can before they go back to the material plane.
No.
Won't they just pop back with the city?
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
but
you have
so-
an angel.
Oh yeah, I guess then he'll hang around and clear them out.
Yeah. So this is what you see
What
as
was
you
that?
approach the high hall. You guys were hoping to find like a safe place to rest, and it seems to be the epicenter of some sort of like battle.
Okay.
I
So
say
what you guys like to do?
I say we keep Morthos and Hallandar like on a nearby roof, and they should just snipe at Gideon, and then the rest of us can fly in.
Before
What's
we
the-
start shooting, maybe we could ask Gideon to killing the people inside, and as we help with the demons.
He's not-
happening.
Yeah, he's not your friend, Zeke.
How about we just sneak inside? Like, he's already preoccupied. There has to be another way inside.
And then we just wait until the zombies knock down the front doors and get inside.
Or we can take them out from the inside.
I'm not sure what you guys or why you guys like this Gideon guy.
I don't, for the record, Hal.
I don't like him either, but he's the one that's repelling the demons.
Saul, can you fly high up and see if there's any openings in the roof? Maybe we can just ferry people in one at a time.
There is definitely like, especially with like your guys' way to fly, it looks like there are enough like broken in like the whole roof is like collapsed. So if you were to come in on the second floor, there's a balcony right above the battle, so you could land on that balcony and go in at the second floor. You can go through the roof where there's missing like ceiling, like rocks that have fallen and toppled, or you could go in through any of the numerous broken windows like surrounding the high hall. Like there's no need to go in the front door, especially at your guys' current capability.
Nasius, would you be all right taking Hal and Ava? You can ride Saul, and then Morthos. Would you be willing to use a spell to get over there, or we can come back and get you guys? I'm looking at Morthos and Zeke.
Do either or.
I think there's no time sensitivity. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let me rephrase that.
There's
With how
100%
fast-
time sensitivity.
Yes, Marius. there's time
100%.
But I think that being able, just remaining capable to defend the townspeople, and anything we need to do to stay alive as we have to bail off of Elturel, is unfortunately something we have to keep in mind.
Well,
So
if we
No
kill...
time.
Okay. Religious person, what happens to all of the undead when we kill Gideon?
DM, what happens to all the I'm gonna roll religion?
Well, this is, I mean, yeah, you can roll a religion check.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Oh.
It's.
Not very. I shall tell you now.
I mean, it's interesting too. It's interesting because Gideon seems to be deriving a lot of his power from Zariel, as like he switched over to Zariel being his patron, and it's not like, I don't know. You guys didn't learn a lot. You didn't really get a lot of chance to talk with him and figure out what's going on, but it seems to whatever he's doing, whatever he's creating these undead, is some sort of power given to him by Zariel, right? And it seems very intrinsically connected with this plane. And you believe that if you either took him out or took him like out of this plane, like all those undead might just be gone.
Yeah, but then what would happen to the demons?
They would kill everybody.
Demons are probably, it would probably turn into an idle glint situation.
Yeah.
All right, so take out the demons and then head back into the high hall.
Yeah, help them fortify the front of the high hall, and then let them get cut off when Nasius takes them back to the material plane.
Yeah.
I do want to point out, if it appears that there are no demons inside right now, right?
No.
So what we could do is I could try to banish him as we hop over. That way, that gets the people safe as quickly as possible. And then from there, we can just run up and engage the demons and keep the people safe.
I mean, right now, if we don't engage the demons or the undead that are in the fight on the stairs, and we just kill the zombies nearest to the city, or I mean the front door, or we just help them block it off so they don't have to worry about it, then we don't even have to worry about him at all.
Right? But that zombie with the woman, most everyone in Elturel, I'm assuming, is in the high hall at this point.
Right.
So that zombie got that corpse from somewhere.
No, okay. Earlier, Steve told us that the zombies are picking all the buildings in the whole city. They're looking for dead bodies. That's where he got the woman from.
Yep.
They're scouring the city looking for dead bodies to increase the army. So right now, Gideon's trying to get into this building. As long as we just make sure they can't get into the building, and then keep them safe until they're on the material plane, then all the undead are not a problem anymore, and Gideon's cut off. So all we really need to worry about here are the demons.
Right. But do realize you are in the middle of a demon incursion that covers the whole city, and it is in the midst of the blood war. So defeating every demon is a tall order, given the short time frame you have before the city's taken back. You could easily clear out this area, but the reality is there are lots of demons here.
Yeah, but the majority of the people alive in the city are in here. So I look over at Nasius. When you bring this city back to the material plane, would you help the people here by defending it from the demons?
He's fully on board with defending them and helping them clean up what they can.
So is everyone okay with that plan?
I think so. So we take out the zombies at the door and keep everything from getting in.
Yeah. Okay. We just got to make sure that they can't be killed inside, and then we just need to take out these demons. So with that in mind, Nasius and Saul, do you mind taking Ava and Hal and putting them on the balcony over the thing? Because then you guys could just pick off the zombies from above and they can't do anything about it.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I look at Morthos and Zeke and I say, and then we're on demon duty.
Demon duty it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would put Hal.
And then I look at
those
I look at
balcony, right?
Yep, and I look at Nasius and I'm like, please come back after you drop them off. Thank you.
Please come back where?
Here to help us take care of the demons, because they can take care of the zombies near the door.
Maybe I'm confused. We were talking about taking the Elturel back to the material plane?
No, because what we were talking about is all of the undead are going to disappear or not have their power anymore in the material plane. So what we want to do is just the demons that we're fighting right here at this moment, help weaken them enough so that way it's not as much of a struggle for them when they're on the material plane.
Right. For sure. Okay.
And then after Saul drops off Ava, I just want him to fly up as high as he can, to still within a mile, but I want him to give me constant updates on if the chains are being taken care of.
Perfect.
That's a good.
Okay. So instead of having you guys roll this really tedious, long, drawn-out combat against a bunch of weak enemies that you guys can steamroll, I'm just going to say your plan goes perfectly here, right? So you guys described to me exactly in cinematic form what you guys do to steamroll this thing.
Zeke is casting low-level thorn whips to get the demons away from the door. He's tossing sacred flames left and right.
Oh, trip them with the thorn whip so the zombies just jump all over them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely gonna trip them so the zombies just horror movie them.
Mm-hmm.
Almost on the roof, just sniping all of them while using her bonus action to hide, so she gets her sneak attack.
Yeah. There's even like as you're standing on the roof ready to like pick everything up, like a couple of like shadows like move up from the floor beneath you and try to like sneak behind you guys, but you guys make short work of them, those shadows as well.
Pass perception 23.
Nice.
And what are you guys doing with Gideon? Are you guys like killing him or banishing him or?
Yes, I'm killing him
Yeah.
once and for all.
That's what Hal's doing. Hal's
Should have
focusing
happened
on...
in the
Now
beginning.
we know what Hell did.
That's
Except
fair.
for
Well, you need radiant energy,
love
don't
him.
you?
Yeah,
Or
we
radiant damage to kill it?
no,
'Cause
earlier
that was
we
the reason
thought
why.
but he was just playing possum.
No, because we didn't kill him with radiant damage, and that's why he could keep on regenerating.
I'll sacred flame him while he's down. That seems a little mean to say, but
So
Morthos, what are you doing?
I'm just picking him off with my Elder's Blast.
just yelling Maliki.
Yep, Maliki.
We need a Maliki counter. Just every time you say Maliki, we hit the button and counts it.
Yep.
So like as you're going to like fight Gideon, he's like incredulously, he can't believe, like, no, what are you doing? We need to stop the demons. The souls inside, they're forfeit already. Their bodies can still be of use.
why are they forfeit? That's not your decision.
No, because they signed the what was it? The book.
The Creed
All
Resolute.
Elturelians had to, the Great Resolute. That basically signed them over to Zariel.
That's what we're fixing.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not wrong. It's still legal, Zeke. I mean, you know,
No, I
you
mean,
have a
okay,
contract.
fine. If he's a lawyer, he's right. But I feel like he's he's
Right behind you, like an imp pops up, like, you need a lawyer?
Oh my God, Willie!
Is that
You-
him? Really?
Zeke!
Long time no,
How's it
long time no
going?
see.
Bad time, like always. All the time is a bad time, Willie.
Oh, okay,
you-
right.
Please stop invoking demon devils.
That
can't
wasn't
say
my
the-
fault.
You can't say the L word here. But like Gideon is like he just can't believe that you guys don't understand, right? Like, this is, we're gonna help. You're gonna be like helping the demons, and so like, what do you say before you like put him down?
Jesus.
Marius says, "Yes, we're totally helping the demons," as he decapitates a minotaur.
Yeah, how do you finish off Gideon? Since you guys have unfinished business. Do you pluck
So-
his eye out?
I'll be taking shots at all the zombies around him one by one by one, and then I'll take 2 arrows and then sling it in and then stick it in his eyes while Zeke does his sacred flame.
Sacred flame. Sacred flame.
Eyes. He's grabbing his eyes as he writhes around. He can no longer do. He has that glare attack, right? And with his eyes gone, he can't even like do his like only powerful thing. And yeah, the Gideon dies, and as he does, every single like undead like in the city, like you just watch as like the skeletons crumble to bones, the wits tumble to their bodies, the shadows dissipate. Without him here to bind their will and to channel it and focus it, the undead scourge upon Elturel is no more. And you guys have eliminated all the demons, at least in the immediate area. And rushing out, well, I guess you guys can rush in. You can move your tokens in, that's fine. You see, like, the last, like, kind of bastion, the last people holding the High Hall. Rhea Mantlemorn and older Raven Guard leads a small assortment of, veterans, a few guards, and some people who are just, like, literally throwing whatever they can, like rocks at the zombies. And Faria, she's still in the back. They all look bloodied, they look wounded, they look exhausted, and they look happy to see you guys.
Rhea! Ava like immediately darts to her favorite person.
She can't believe that you guys are like here. She's like, her eyes are wide. She can't believe that you guys are actually here. She's like, You're still alive?
Yeah, I can't believe you're still alive too.
Asterisk.
Ava stops
Yeah,
breathing.
she okay, is Ava alive? Nobody knows. You can see that like there's like a moment. This is like the first breaking battle they've had in a while, and she like looks around at like all the dead zombies, and she said, "Well, how did you guys do this?"
So all we had to do was kill the guy who was controlling them.
And the demons?
The ones that are sieging the High Hall are taken care of. But once Elturel is back to the material plane, it'll be easy pickings, at least I hope. And you guys have a literal angel to help you take care of it.
Yeah, her eyes go wide at like the planetar, who like kind of puts his hand on her shoulder and gives her a bit of healing as well. And older
Is
Raven Guard. Sorry, go ahead.
Ignacio's middle name Pat?
Ignacio.
Ignacio? What, Ignacio? The planetar.
Oh,
Ignatius?
Ignatius. Ignatius. I don't think
Got
so.
it.
Anyways, you know, like older Raven Guard is like amazed to see you. Rhea's amazed to see you. They're super over the moon. And you know, they basically look around and say like this is all the fighting capable people we still have. They've been hurting us for a while. We still got a lot of, you know, women, children, sick, injured down below. Is there any hope?
Well, we're waiting for the chains to be broken, and once that happens, you guys can go back.
She nods.
And we'll take care of the contract for you guys.
She's like a little surprised at that. But overall, there's like a sense of like relief as you guys bring a bit of hope to a group of people that didn't really have much. Like this was their final stand, right? They were taking their final stand here against the onslaught. So, yep. They're taking a deep breath. Everyone's catching up, and then Marius gets a little communication from Saul, like, "Oh my God, Marius, are you there?"
Yes.
Oh, okay, you actually are. I thought you were there. I don't know how to say this, but
Who's speaking to me right now?
Saul.
I have true sight, but I don't know people's voices. Thank you, Saul. What's up?
True. Oh my God. Yeah, they did not send a dragon.
What did they send?
Tiamat.
Tiamat's here?
And there's like a cut to like Saul like floating above the city looking, and the camera pans over, and there's a loud roar that echoes, and you feel it shake so hard that the high hall itself begins to like burn or like to vibrate, and the dust falls from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
It is a loud roar, and down below, like every single person on the battlefield like stops for a second and looks to the sky as Tiamat. Let me just see what exactly happens here. 1 second.
I want to tell Macy's to probably get down there pretty soon now that Tiamat's here. We just fall into Avernus and we mess it up and we die.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like whatever she's gonna do is probably gonna happen soon. So does she?
Oh yeah, Marius just floats down into the courtyard as an angel. I'm sure people don't get weirded out by it.
Well, there's you, and there's also the planetar. There's all kinds of angels around here now. So yeah, Tiamat bursts forth from her lair, and like even Zariel's like, no, it's impossible. And there's a cut back to Bell, who's like looking out from his like volcano forge, and his jaw drops, and he goes, "That's not good." And like Tiamat like streams across the sky, and roars across the plains, and she announces that like she is going to take Avernus back under her control, and everyone is now reporting to Arkin the Cruel as her like 5-headed dragon voice does this. And as she strafes past the city, all 5 of her heads target one of the chains and hits it with like so much force that the whole chain snaps, and you guys can feel underneath your feet the whole city shakes a little bit as one of the 8 chains has like broken loose.
It wouldn't be 5 chains because 5 heads.
All 5 heads targeted one chain and busted it.
Nacius, I think that means it's falling. I think it's time.
Well, That was only one chain, Zeke.
Okay, do we
Saul,
want to wait until the 8th chain to get the angel under the city? Or
probably good. Or maybe the 4th chain. Saul's sending me updates.
okay.
Yeah. But like, yeah,
Oh.
your time is definitely running short. So whatever you guys need to enact now would be the time.
We need to get out of here.
Yeah, I think that's a good time.
I can't fly.
Well, when Nasius is getting in position, he can drop you off, Hal.
It's only a 50-foot drop to the ground. I mean, Marius fell farther than that in the scat.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
We all
war
farther than
going
that.
on.
Our adventure.
yeah.
And the river
I mean,
Styx.
yeah. We want to avoid the war and the river.
I don't want Hal to be feeble-minded again.
No, I don't either.
So does this place look like it's well in hand? Can we head out?
Yeah,
Or-
there's no combat. There's nothing here. Nasius is ready to like take the city back where it came from. He says they can take it from here.
All
Because
right,
even
I
more
think this is
soul
time for our cue to
chariots.
go.
What's that?
Go ahead, Brianna.
I think this is our cue to go.
Yeah. Do we want to be dropped off by our war machine in case we need to drive somewhere
Where is our war machine?
on a
Edge.
cliff overlooking the sticks?
That's a good call.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's go.
Yeah, like Nasius is just like, you guys sure you don't want to go home? I mean, it's a one-way ticket.
Yeah, no, we're good. Actually, after everything's done here, we're going with Hal deeper in. So, thanks though.
He nods and says, like, you know, best of luck, and then goes to hand you your longsword back.
Oh, you don't need it? Oh, yeah, you're just moving the entire city, right? Okay,
Right.
thanks.
I'm sure, you know, he like looks around and like there are like dead soldiers and stuff, so he can definitely get a replacement weapon. He just wants to make sure he returns yours.
Thank you. You don't happen to have a +2 shield, do you?
He flexes and he says, "These are my +2 shields." And he kisses
Okay, all right, all right.
What
We
have
don't
you
need a
done?
ticket to. We don't need a ticket to the gun show.
I have
but-
proficiencies in firearms, and he kisses his
Oh, that's the worst.
Wow.
Okay.
Are you related to Arkin?
I should be. So, my son just yelled at me to stop playing D&D. Well, I guess that's it, guys. Good night.
Stop being a nerd, Dad.
This is a real flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna ferry people across with Saul and Nasius because he's large. He can definitely carry one of us. So we'll just ferry everybody back to the war machine.
So the minute like you kind of like leave the top of the city and you now see the full force of Tiamat just like blasting the chains. Arkin and his army of Abishai is descending into the battle and like starting to like basically flank the demon army. But you can see like where Arkin's army is meeting like the devil army. There's not only fighting the demons, they're also turning and seem to be fighting each other, and it's turned into almost like a three-way battle at this point. Similar to some of the other stuff you've seen. But as you kind of like try to ferry someone over, right? You're trying to ferry someone with Saul. You look down, and right at the center of the hardest like battle, one of the chains like snaps and like immediately falls down across the battle and smashes like dozens, if not hundreds, of like demons and devils alike as the chain just squishes them into like nothingness right around Zariel. And she looks up as you're flying like, you know, Saul like over the top, and her eyes are like laser focused on you. And it looks like she is about to like ascend and engage you if you try to ferry. You know, if you're ferrying one person at a time, she's gonna engage you.
It would be 2 people at a time because it would
Sure.
be Nasius and I. Well,
Well, you
Yeah, it
can
would
probably
be
carry one
Saul.
person, right?
Saul had 2 people on
oh
him
yeah, I
before.
could. Okay, so Nasius. Well, we could get everybody
Nasius is
in
under
one
the city
go
ready to
then.
lift it, right?
Oh, I thought he was helping.
No, he's getting the city ready to go.
All right, so
So-
one person on Marius, and then 2 people on Soul.
Yeah, Marius didn't want to carry somebody though, because in case he needed to defend while we're flying over.
We'll just carry a ranged attacker, and
Sure, I'll carry Hal and just tell him to cast darkness on us because I'll be able to see through it.
then it's like 50 feet, so Morthos can probably dimension door, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. And if he uses Thunderstep or Dimension Door, he can take somebody with him, so we can get everybody across in one.
Okay.
Yeah, actually.
So she looks up and she sees like a globe of darkness flying across the sky. She sees, who were you? You were carrying, Merrick. You were carrying Hal, right?
Yeah, and as I pick him up, I say, Hal, I don't want to marry you. I'm just going to ferry you across, okay?
And
Did we reach the donation goal already?
And then Saul has Ava and Zeke, and Morthos is just teleporting.
And Lulu's flying by her, and
Lulu can
is just
fly,
zipping downwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Before we leave, Ava gives Rhea a massive hug and says that she'll be back soon. Again.
Yeah, she gives you can tell it's like a very genuine hug from Maria, and she just stops as you try to pull away. She stops and she looks at you and she just says, with the most sincerest like as she can, she just says, "I don't know how to thank you guys enough. This wasn't even your fight."
Ava just shakes her head and pats her on the shoulder.
Before we lift off, Marius is going to walk up to everybody and heal them up to max. So everyone go up to max. I've got enough lay on hands to do that.
I'm already max.
Thank you
Yep,
very
I'm-
much.
I'm next.
you're-
That's 3 from your pool.
Okay. So Ava only needs 3?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's tokens are not updated.
I
That's
needed
Oh,
fine.
no.
10. I just changed.
Okay.
So that's 10 for me.
You needed 10, Zeke?
Yeah.
So 10,
thank you for that.
13, and then for me it's 20. You're very welcome. It's better that we're at full health in case we get attacked, like we are.
Like we're literally about to be.
Yeah. So you guys streak towards you're going towards your vehicle at the edge of the battle.
Yeah, and I tell Hal that if something starts to attack us, just unload with his bow and arrow since we're going to be in the darkness.
Okay. Because like immediately, like pretty much as soon as you leave the edge of the city and start racing towards your thing, Zariel like flies up and is like on a course to like basically intercept you.
Nice.
So you want to start? Should we start this combat in midair?
I guess so.
Well, I also want to bless everybody ahead of time if we know within like the rough minute that it's going to start.
Yeah. There's always got to be some devilish monologuing, right? I'll make my the bless will last like long enough. You cast bless and then she monologues until the bless wears out. She's like, "Aha, that was my plan all along."
I caught her monologuing.
The interesting thing is we're only 50 feet away, so like if I like in
You're 50
one
feet
turn
up,
I can
right?
get to
But then she's still like kind of like under the city more, so she's got to come out like a few hundred feet, right? Like a half a mile. So I think actually
the point.
Yeah, sorry, good.
The reason I brought that up is because I've got 90 feet, and so does Saul. So like in 6 seconds we're getting to the cliff.
I mean, the cliff's like miles away.
The cliff was miles away?
You guys parked at like a mile, like the battlefield from where like everyone was like a mile away, so it's not that close. Which is also a problem with Morthos.
Yeah,
Morthos
where's
can get
the
to
edge?
Ground, yeah.
Okay, so is there an area where we're not going to be in the middle of the giant battle?
I mean, it's fairly concentrated on the edge of the thing, and also with the clashing of like Arkan's army coming into the whole thing, it's becoming a bit chaotic. I believe I would let you guys get away from the battle. That's fine.
Okay, that was the goal.
Yeah.
Can Nasius at least carry Morthos to the edge of the city before Nasius has to like go below the city?
I mean,
Oh, I think we
suppose.
had walked to the edge of the city anyway. That's where all of this is starting. If you look at the map, the High Hall is kind of on the edge of the city anyway.
Pretty much.
I tried to zoom out and now it's being dumb.
Yeah, see? Like the high hall's right there, and plus like Nasius could just go into like where the river is and get under the city really easy. So.
Yeah, so it looks like so cinematically what happens is you guys like basically leave Elturel and start like racing towards the edge, away from the battle towards your vehicle, as Zariel like thrown to like her last wits, like dealing with you guys. You're like a thorn in her side, is like coming at you guys, ready to like engage, but like not rolling initiative engage, just like, you know, a cinematic sort of uh-oh, here comes the big boss lady, right?
Oh, it's like the cover art that you have for our landing page. Where she's like flying into the sky with her sword.
Yes.
Reaching for the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With her Haruman behind her.
Yep.
No, he's dead.
Let's erase that.
It's our hill. Steve, it's our hill.
It's your hell now. So you get the sense that you all land like right outside your vehicle, right on the edge of the river Styx, and there is like a big imposing figure that looks like it's coming your way. So you have a moment to like prepare whatever you guys are gonna do. Like, what do you guys want to do?
Good thing we haven't talked about this at all.
Hashtag blessed.
All right. So we're all blessed.
Let me see exactly who, because I am kind of low on spell slots. It's a little concerning.
That's
second
good.
level blessed is 4 of us.
Well,
So I
I
think
can also
all.
cover you guys with bless. I have
Oh,
all of my
shit.
I have all of my first level spell slots.
Do we want to just do that? Split the 6 of us between the 2 blesses.
Sure.
There we
Okay,
go.
you bless the people who make more attacks because you hide. Well, actually, we're on the ground near our machine, so you can hide here.
Nope. Machines miles away.
Okay, so we're in the
No.
air.
I'm
There's no-
gonna let you, well.
If it's that's up to you.
Do you want to have the showdown next to your vehicle on like the edge of the river Styx? Because that sounds cool to me.
Yes, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. So
Ava's gonna hide in the gunner seat. Just kidding.
yeah, Ava can bless the more important targets like Marius, Hal, and Morthos that like do more attacks, and then I can cover myself, Ava, and then I guess Lulu, even though she shouldn't be attacking, she should be running.
No,
and
Lulu.
talking.
You guys are making battle plans, and Lulu's like shaking her head, like, guys, you promised we were going to save her, right?
I know, but we need to defend ourselves. We're not just gonna let her hit us until we're dead, Lulu.
Well,
Like, we may have to talk to her while trying not to die.
she looks a little concerned.
Lulu, we're not going to kill her, I promise, but she's going to try and kill us. That's
You
very
don't know
clear.
that. If we show her the sword, if we remind her how good she was, we can still save her.
Lulu, she's going to try and kill us. Look at her. We'll talk to her, I promise, but in the meantime, we have to make sure that we are still around to talk to her.
Okay. And so Lulu's just shaking her head like she can't believe what you're saying. She's like, no. We're saving her. I'm saving my friend. And arriving at the edge of the battlefield from the cover art are bald-headed, fiery, auraed Archduke Zariel of Avernus lands not far from your guys' position here by your vehicle. Let's see. There's got to be better music for this. Is this fight music? I hope. Yeah, this is fight music. So. Okay. Yep. So Zariel lands, and like looks to you guys, right? And like the first thing her eyes are drawn to is the sword in your hand, Marius.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks across incredulously. What
sorry,
have you done? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused me?
No. Please, how much trouble have we caused you?
Lulu flies. Lulu flies out, like kind of like she's gonna go like talk to Zariel, unless someone physically restrains her.
Ava.
Alva's going to step close to Lulu, but not outright restrain her.
Okay, Lulu flies away then.
Bye, Lulu.
And Lulu's
Alva's-
like, Zariel, I brought you your sword. Everything can be like it was before. And she kind of turns and looks at you guys. Ava steps in closer.
So does Marius.
So she looks at you guys and she like looks at the sword, and you can see there's like a glimmer of like hope there, right? As she sees the sword, there is some bit of the Zariel that was in there, still poking around inside her brain.
Yeah. Can I do like an insight check to see like she's not afraid of it or anything? She's
Right. You can give me an insight check. We'll see how much deeper you can surmise from this.
28.
Plus blood. Oh yeah.
Good thing for that advantage. Yeah, so she there is a glimmer of like the Zariel like that looks at it almost with love and admiration.
It's
Right?
a 26, by the way, because
Okay.
of the D4 shouldn't be on a check.
Okay. And
So she's like,
but it immediately like stoically goes away. Like it's there, but she suppresses it. And there's you just barely got a notice of it.
okay.
But I would say with that insight, you would say it's not like it's impossible to redeem her, as hard as it may be.
Okay.
And, she looks at you, right? And she reaches her hand out. Give me the blade.
I look over at Ava.
What do you plan to do with it?
What I should have done a long time ago. Destroy it.
Alva looks very panicked at Lulu.
Lulu has like tears in her eyes, right? And Lulu's like, no, it's not too late. Come back to me, Zariel. And Zariel, kind of looks at Lulu and like lets her guard down a bit and looks to you guys. There's no, it's too late for me.
No, it's not.
It isn't.
It's never too late.
You guys don't understand the importance of what I'm doing here. The blood war, it must be won.
You don't think there's other people that can take over for you? Look, Tiamat's there. Belle's ready to take over too. They might not be as good as you, but they're willing to take over the blood war.
Marius hears what Ava is saying, and having been changed by the blade, he looks at Zariel and says, all creatures are capable of change for the better. And we have been to, what was it, Idleglen?
Yes, I don't.
Yeah.
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 Yes,
and I cherish those memories that I had there. And we, in a way, helped you defend that city. And we saw when you made the decision to go through the portal and ride. But what you left behind was the understanding that when you give up your ideals and yourself for your goal, you're giving up a part of yourself. And you fell on purpose, but you became what you were trying to stop. And I understand that you wanted to save lives, but the cost that you paid is too high, and we're here to help you get back that part of yourself. And he holds the sword before him, but not in a threatening way.
Mm-hmm.
You can still make a difference as Zariel the angel and not Zariel Archduke of Avernus.
And we'll be here to help you.
She's like watching this, right? And she's gone like very quiet. And Lulu and it like kind of adds in here. She says, "Please, Zariel, I want my friend back. I need my friend back." And there is like you can tell here at this moment that Zariel seems to have at least dropped her hard exterior. And I need for one of you guys to give me a persuasion check.
Before I'm the one that makes a persuasion check, because I have plus 12.
Okay.
Nice.
Do I help her give advantage because I'm helping in this speech?
Yeah, I'm giving advantage on this check.
Ava will walk over a little closer and say, "I'd really like to get to know the person I descended from." And moment of truth. Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
Come on.
This is solid.
22.
Oh.
That's pretty much average for you.
Dang.
No, I mean it's a 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by average, right? Plus 12 and you got a 22. Okay. Okay, so you watch and you see like Zariel's like she softens and there's a bit of like the old Zariel there. And she looks right at you, Ava, and she has like tears in her eyes that immediately like steam off of her, right? And you see her like slump a bit, and she says, I just wanted to protect people. This you understand that this was a sacrifice that I had to make. We protect people here. If I turn my back on that, the demons, they could win. And she turns and looks over her shoulder. She turns and looks over her shoulder, like kind of back at the battlefield.
But some costs are too high to pay. We, as much as anyone else, understand the cost. Sometimes innocent lives are lost in our goals. But if we give up the part of ourselves and become our enemy, then we failed, no matter how much good we think we do.
She sort of like, you see her like taking like some shallow breaths. And she... She looks up at you and she nods in like a sense of like agreement and understanding. And she says, I think you're right. And she holds out her hand.
Insight check.
Same.
Okay, each one of you gives me an insight check.
Damn. I can't beat a 32.
19. Where was that for the persuasion?
Yeah. Marius, well, let me see something real quick. Don't know.
It was actually a 21.
21. I don't think she could beat a deception check against you, Ava. So her deception is enough to beat Marius, but not to beat you, Ava. And as she steps forward, Marius, you believe 100% that she is going to take the sword and turn back into her old form. But like Ava, you can tell that this is just like a devious sort of trick. She's saying the right words, but that little like feeling in your heart, that like bit of like divine spark put there by Torm, warns you, don't give her the blade.
Marius, no, don't do it.
All right, he pulls
And
the
she's
blade
gonna
back.
run over and push Marius over. Or try to, at least.
You're gonna
Well-
push Marius over?
Yeah, or I could just, hold the blade back.
Just slap his arm away. And then immediately hurt herself because he's wearing plate armor.
Fall on the
What?
sword. She falls on the sword.
Oh, but no,
No.
85 damage.
Yeah. So she like reels back, right, as you kind of do this thing like no, right, and stop, and she gets really like angry, and the fiery like halo burns, and Lulu screams like no, and like goes up to like Zariel to try to like stop her, and Zariel kind of pushes her aside. So while this is going on, everyone else is in the back like watching it, right? What are you guys doing during all this?
Zeke's casting ceremony.
I'm like in that middle ground, like peeking around. Like I don't really like. I might have something to say at some point, but I don't now, and I don't. There's not really a good way into the conversation. I feel like I'm butting in, just internally struggling with like, especially having come onto this adventure like relatively halfway through. Wasn't at Baldur's Gate. It's no, but I mean like, I wasn't there at Baldur's Gate when Elturel just vanished.
Well, we
So-
weren't at Elturel either. Like none of us saw that.
But like, there's both Avia and Marius have like a stronger connection to this kind of thing. But I am definitely staying within the healing range of Lulu. That is not happening again today.
Yep. So at this moment, right behind you guys, there's like a large like flash of light, and like everyone kind of turns and looks, and you can see like Elturel in the background just being lifted up into the sky, like rising farther and farther up before it like blinks away into like a bright flash that like sends like a wave of like energy across the plains of Avernus, and it washes like over you guys and blows the air, and the river Styx like blows and like becomes choppy, and Zariel now looks extremely angry and irritated and says, "You've ruined everything. Because of you, we will fall." And you see her like gripping the tightness on her blade, and like as she goes, like you can see like she's almost ready to like move at you, and as she does, you see her like tense up like she can't move, and her eyes are like looking around, and basically on like the cliffs behind her, a little like creature, a person emerges, a red-skinned, black pointy chin beard. Well, I guess I shouldn't be on Zariel's voice for that. A beard, right? And he is like just holding a goblet, casually watching the whole thing, taking a sip, and he's like, "Oh no, you go ahead. Throw away everything." And he smiles. The rest of you see this like thing, whatever it is, it seems to be holding like Zariel like in place. And he looks at you guys and he says, "About time we met properly." And he like holds up his goblet in like a greeting and says, "I am your host here in Bator. I am Asmodeus."
I owe you money, don't I?
Money? A soul coin, maybe?
Trying, okay? If he says yes, maybe that's like a loophole.
He seems to like be kind of like amused at this whole thing, right? At like Zariel, at you guys, and he says, "You've made a mess of things, Zariel. Your Elturel plan didn't really work, did it? Foiled by mere mortals. It's a shame, really. Guess it's about time I look for your successor." And you watch as he like waves his hand, And so he waves his hand, and like the fiery like halo around Zariel's head kind of like dissipates and disappears, and Zariel like falls like to her knees. I think it's about time I find new leadership around here. And his eyes float over towards you guys, and one eyebrow goes up, and he waves his hand dismissively, and he says, "Well, go on then. Take care of her."
Marius starts casting magic circle, and then he looks at Zeke and says, "Are we gonna ceremony her or what? Atonement."
I mean, it's gonna take like a full hour, and she has to be willing. But
I mean, it's
Zariel,
either that or
are you repenting?
it's better than dying, which it seems like Asmodeus is gonna do to you.
Don't forget, we need her eye.
Okay, more folks.
Get her eye!
We don't lead with that.
I need it willingly, damn it.
We end the confession with that. That's her penance.
Wait, is that a willing thing, or do we just
Yeah, it
need
has to
it?
be
need it?
willing.
Oh,
Okay.
damn it.
Has to be given, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be given willingly.
So yeah, start kind of like pulling out some like small prayer books that are very blank.
No, and Asmodeus, like he's sipping, he's like watching, like he just kind of like he basically created like a little throne on the cliff so he can like watch this unfold, and he's very amused at the whole situation. But he does add, that being said, Zariel, if you could perhaps rectify your mistake, maybe we can see your title gets restored. Which causes her like eyes to go wide, and she looks back from him and she looks at you guys. You guys are the only thing standing between her and her title of restoration. So she looks like she's basically ready to fight you guys.
I put my books away and re-equip my shield.
Sorry,
Unless there's some way, it's something you want to do to like convince her or stop her or something.
Zariel. Elturel stood with you the first time you came down here. And sure, some of the Hell Riders deserted you, but many of us didn't, including myself. And if you come back to us with us as a solar, they'll welcome you back again. Your legacy is still there. The Hell Riders still honor you.
The Hell Riders are a joke. They abandoned me. They betrayed me. They took that title when they ran home. They told everyone all the great stuff they did. But you know what? It was all lies. No.
Only some of it was lies. Some of us stayed with you.
There's people like Rhea that just want to honor you and weren't there to betray you. There's a new generation now. Enough time has passed.
Give me...
People still believe you are good. And so do we.
Yeah, we've seen that statue. I mean, they're tearing it down and putting a crab statue there, but we saw the Zariel statue.
So do you want that deception check for my my poker face, or?
I
didn't suggest a crab statue. No, that wasn't.
No. I want a persuasion check, but from Marius, not Ava on this, because
No!
you said the one thing that she did not want to hear for sure.
Which
Okay.
was?
That the Hell Riders, the Hell Rider kind of being still potential good out there. Like, no, that's like the one button you don't push against Zariel.
So I don't get advantage then?
This is a straight
I mean,
roll.
it's like with guidance. Listen, man.
I
we need
mean, she
everything we
will
got.
be absolutely aware that you're using guidance, but you can do it. There's nothing that says you can't.
So what is that?
I'll
A
use
D4?
guidance.
she like you less? Like, I don't know.
That was a 25.
Ooh,
Nice.
that is nice.
High five.
I was on an 11 too. Hot damn.
So you
Yeah,
say,
I'm not shabby. I'm just not a plus 12 like she is.
yeah, you say these words, right? And you like you freeze her, like she's ready to fight, and she looks still conflicted, and she stops, and then she looks back at like Asmodeus up there on the cliff, and he's like, "Oh no 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 no! You're not gonna throw away everything we've tried to build together, are you? You told
just
me
turn-
when you took that oath, you will fight in the blood war until your dying day. And you're going to give it up for what? Mortals?
He'll turn on you again, and that's all he'll do.
Yeah, he was ready. If one of us had stepped up to say that we would take over for you, he definitely would have done that. I mean, he's already made a deal with Zeke.
I already owe him my soul.
Yeah.
He's a crafty guy.
I mean, Asmodeus, like, you say this, right? And then Asmodeus laughs, and he looks at you guys, and he says, well, if one of you are interested in taking the job, the position may soon be available. Technically, it is available right now, if one of you just wants to step up and do the right thing.
Yeah, Marius motions towards Asmodeus and says, this is who your allegiance is to fight a war that will never end? I mean, that's the thing about the Blood Wars, Zariel. The thing that you forgot in your need for vengeance and your need to protect, you blinded yourself from the realization that the Blood War is eternal. Like, this is going to happen forever, which means you signed a contract for eternity. And you did that because you were blinded by your need to protect the people you care about. And that's admirable. But you made a mistake, and we're here to help you fix that mistake.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up one thing. 1 second. Okay. So you see like Zariel, and she's kind of like trembling a bit, like torn between you guys. And she looks at you, and she looks back at him, and she looks at Lulu, and Lulu's crying, and Lulu's just like, please. She turns to you, Marius, and she gives you like a nod, and she says, I, Zariel, supplicate myself before the holy light of justice. If it should accept me, I vow to take up this blade once more in its service. And she takes and she kneels down before you, Marius, and like holds out both her arms as if to receive the blade.
Inside again.
Inside.
Am I close enough to do insight?
Oh my god!
Yeah, you are, Zeke.
Okay.
Damn it.
I mean, given the situation, like given this, like she seems legit.
Okay. Marius says, I think this is as good as we're going to get. And he walks up and he nods to Lulu. And he looks at Ava and just nods to her. And then walks past Zeke and nods to him and says, I hope this is it.
Now. You don't trust that old ruse, do you? No. If you give it to her, she will just destroy it, and then you.
Marius hands her the blade.
Okay. So you watch as like you hand her the blade, and as it like touches her hand, you see her like grip on it, and she looks up at you with like a serious look, and for a moment your heart drops, and it looks like she's going to attack. But then as she does, she glances upward in agony as a brilliant wash of radiant light cascades down from somewhere. We're in hell, but this radiant light washes down anyways. Her fiery halo, which is already gone, disappears, and from her leathery dark black wings, you see like spots of like feathers start to break free from them, bursting and restoring her to her like angelic form. All of her diabolical features vanish as she is completely restored into her angelic form. At the sight of this blessed transformation, Lulu gasps in delight. and transforms back into her celestial mammoth with golden fur, feathered wings, and gleaming tusks. Everyone that's here, all of you guys, are now infused. You're washed over from this radiance, and you guys are all infused with a blessing of health. Ooh. Which increases all of your constitutions by 2, up to a maximum of 22.
Oh, shit.
Dang. Dang. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then and she takes the blade, right? She turns and she looks at like Asmodeus, and her voice narrow, or her like eyes narrow, and she proclaims that she will no longer serve him in the blood war. And then she like immediately looks like she's ready to like charge at Asmodeus, and then as she does, you watch as she again freezes in midair. However, it looks more like less of a paralysis, and it looks like everything around you, Marius, is moving in complete slow-mo. You look around, every other person in your group, Lulu, Zeke, Ava, everyone behind you, they're all frozen in like slow motion, like haste magnified by like 1,000, except for Asmodeus. And you look up at him, and he's giving you a nice slow clap, and he's like tipping his glass. Well done, Marius, well done. You know, I won't even waste my time with you, Marius. We both know you'd never be able to put aside that rage I feel burning inside of you, even now, in order to work with me. No. You have the potential, but I already did the whole fallen angel thing, and we saw how that went. It's a shame. You would be able to save her, you know. She'd never truly appreciate it. She never has before. What makes you think she would start now? But if you were Archduke, you would simply need to give up your eye to her. And just like that, her problems go away. And think of all the good you could do, you and I. A constructive outlet for your fury, fighting against the demon scourge that plagues all realms, achieving your full potential. Instead, we can just sit here together, enjoying each other's company for a short time, while I figure out which of the others want the job. And he grins looking at you, Marius. What do you say?
I hear Arkan's poster boy. I'm sure he would love the job. Tiamat's backing him, though, so I'm not sure. And it's pretty shitty that you would try and use my love for someone else against me, but I just helped Zariel reclaim her true form. I'm not so stupid as to give up mine.
I'm not asking you to. I already told you I wouldn't even waste my time with you, but the others, well, I'm sure one of them will take it.
And then I will take their eye, and then I'll redeem them. Well, convince them to give it willingly, and then redeem them.
You have optimism. I'll give you that. And from that, like, we have like a hard cut, and we're back the same moment where like Zariel's going up in slow motion, and everyone is frozen in time. This time, it is only Zeke who is not.
Is this just something you do? It's
Yeah.
he's still like moving, like, oh, okay, it's you. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, he's doing the slow clap thing, and he like gets up from his chair and kind of floats down towards you. Hello, Zeke. Pleasure to finally meet you face to face. I've taken a keen interest in you since you arrived. A lost soul drifting aimlessly through existence. One blessed enough to be given a taste of the divine spark, yet cursed enough to not be given blind faith. You saw the truth when others are blind to it. And you do see that truth, don't you? You see, we are the watchers over the material planes. Without us, demons would have free reign to destroy mortals. Devils, we give choices. We don't take without due process. But demons, they are chaotic. They are indiscriminate in their destruction. Without us, Ida Glen happens everywhere. And the worst part, the worst thing of all, the gods know this. And they choose to do nothing about it. They could wipe the demons away. They could wipe the devils away. But they don't care about mortals, other than keeping you huddled in fear, worshipping them. Why don't we change that together, Zeke? Help me to force the gods' hands. Together, we can reshape reality into something the gods cannot ignore. What do you say, Zeke?
For the most part, nothing you said was explicitly wrong. Demons are chaotic. They take devils, offer choices that are all awful, but the gods, for the most part, don't care. But the reason I'm so frustrated with them, as you seem to have figured out, is that they care enough, just enough, to help. I don't understand what you think you're going to get me to agree to, but if you think that me becoming some kind of monster is going to make them care any more than what you've done to Zariel or what you'll do to anyone in this position, then you're wrong.
No, you misunderstand, Zeke. I already own your soul. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with you when the time comes.
Well, if you still own my soul when the time comes, you'll have all the time in the world.
And we smash cut from there back to that same frozen moment as the whole world comes to a slowdown, except for Morthos. Asmodeus is giving you the slow clap, raising his glass. This was once a paradise, you know. An oasis as far as the eye could see. Lush greenery, rivers, all-inclusive resorts. That is, until the demons came. They turned our paradise into a battlefield. Since then, we've not been able to build anything that doesn't get destroyed by the war. It's terrible. It's not why I created this place. This was supposed to be a magnificent garden, a place of relaxation. But the demons, they corrupt everything they touch. And everyone else is content to let us devils handle the dirty work. To fight back the unending black tide of the abyss. And I'll be honest, Morthos, I don't think it's a battle we can win. Eventually, we will run out of new souls. The demons, they will overwhelm us. And all of existence will be lost. But with your resources, you could help us turn the tides of battle. Maliki's chosen, leading my armies, rallying devils, beasts, fays alike to your side, restoring this level to its rightful balance as the beautiful oasis once we win the war. What do you think? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? If we can just get the others to stop turning a blind eye, together we can end this war once and for all. And then finally, when the threat is gone, Avernus can be the garden it was intended to be. What do you say, Morthos?
Can't say what you say doesn't make sense, but I don't agree with either side. Evil is evil, bad is bad.
So what, we should just stand by and let the demons do their worst?
No, you can continue to fight them.
You think your precious forest will last when we fall? You...
I have no idea.
I see. Well, Morthos, I guess I expected a little more from you.
And what did you expect from me?
I expected you to take Zariel's title as Archduke of Avernus. Do you turn me down?
I do turn you down.
Small-minded. And we like smash cut from there. Unless you want to say one more thing before we smash cut away. No.
No, go ahead.
Okay, you start. It sounded like you start talking.
Yeah, I was going to. No, I'm good.
Okay, we cut back to that same moment where everything slows down, the whole battlefield swirling. This time, the person that's coming out of, like, that's the only person that's not in slow-mo, Ava. Ah, the great Gamaliel, or Basoldre, or what is it you're going by this go-around? Ava, yes, Ava. I've had my eye on you for quite some time. I look forward to our professional relationship. Bell, he has a unique eye for spotting talent. I admit, I didn't see it back then. Passionate, yes, but no real ability. And yet here we are, 8 lifetimes later, you here in the very presence of the person that gave you that divine passion in the first place. How delicious. Is Belle really this clever to plan that far ahead? No doubt your ambition will not let you stay as Belle's henchman. Given enough time, you'll do great for yourself here in Bator. But tell me, Ava, what is it you're truly passionate about? I don't see you leading armies in the Blood War. Where do you see yourself making the most impact? Mortal outreach, targeted suppression, maybe divine trickery? I could see you wielding any of those titles like a glove. What do you say?
Away from here. Away from here, not under anyone's thumb.
Well, that is the one option you don't have. You don't remember coming to me, do you?
No. But it doesn't matter, because that was my other life's choice, and this is mine.
It doesn't quite work that way. Your soul is mine. You know, right? The next time you go down is the last.
I'm well aware of that.
I'm just trying to help you with your job placement ahead of time. If you want to wait and figure it out then, you're in denial, I understand. But think about it. And I think we cut away from that scene. Unless there's last... You want to get the last word in?
Alba just gives him the finger.
Alright, everyone kind of comes around. And comes... Yeah, no, I know. Everyone, we're back to that same the same moment. Everyone's around. Zariel's like charging. It comes to slow-mo. This time, the last person, Hal. Asmodeus is there, clapping his hands, raising his goblet. Hallandar, Slayer of Fiends. I have to say, you have unique talents. Raised from birth to be a killing machine. Each gear within you tuned specifically for one purpose. One singular mission. But the choice remains, Hallandar. Will you be a pawn or a king? There's so much going on. I'm not sure that your mind can even comprehend the significance of your existence. let alone your mission here. Others want to use you to ascend. Or, let me put this in a way you'll understand. They will quite literally stand on your shoulders like a ladder. But the end of that story? It doesn't go well for you, kid. Pawns rarely get the happy ending. Some are happy with that so long as others achieve their goal. Personally, I've never been a fan of that mindset. Pawns are designed to be sacrificed by those in power. And that is exactly what you are. Nothing more than a pawn of dressing. But what I can offer you is different. Take the mantle of Archduke. Become the king of your own story. Put your skills to use, not to help others stand on your shoulders, but to do the right thing. Protect existence from the demonic scourge that threatens it. And once we win that war, whatever you ask of me will be yours. I promise it. Or reject the offer. Continue to allow yourself to be sacrificed in the name of others. And go with my blessing down to Cania like a good little boy, so that I may witness firsthand the pain and torment you will be subjected to. And right there, at the finish line, I will be there to tell you, I told you so, before I collect your soul personally. The choice is yours.
Does it require a contract?
Doesn't everything?
Then I'll have to politely decline. I'm already under contract, and contracts are binding.
You know, I have a lot of people at my disposal. I'm sure we could find a way to get you out of your current obligations.
Unfortunately, it won't allow me to see Helena and little Hal.
Do you want them here? I could have them retrieved. We can set them up in a palace. Weighted on hand and foot. They will want for nothing. It can be yours, Hal.
Once I complete my mission and destroy Mephistopheles, Drastic will ascend and he will come for you too.
And you think you can do this? You think you have the ability to accomplish this mission?
I mean, not just me, but these here, the restorer of goodness to Zariel. You're right. I do have one mission. And I'll descend deeper until I complete that mission.
Then go with my blessing, Halandar, slayer of fiends. However, I will see you at the finish line, and you know what I'm going to say. And we cut away from that, and how like you like everything around you starts moving like in fast motion, except for at this point, Asmodeus is like gone, and like Zariel's charging at like nothing, and then like all of you like come out of it and are able to like kind of look at each other, having experienced the you know moment you guys all just experienced.
Won't do that ever again.
Was he doing the same thing for everyone else that he was doing for me?
Uh-huh.
The whole
Yeah.
where he thinks he's really cool. And...
Yep.
Okay.
Fucking jackass.
Zariel is sitting there, right, and like Lulu's like hugging her, right, and like in the big giant mammoth like nuzzling her, and like Zariel's like giving her like a big ol' hug, and she kind of comes back to like look at you guys. She says, I don't know how I can thank you enough. I've released the contracts for what it's worth. The people of Elturel do not deserve to pay for the sins of their ancestors. I see that now.
Thank you.
You guys have done a great thing here today. And I have a lifetime to atone for what I've done. I could never ask for your forgiveness. But she reaches into like her wings and she pulls out like a single feather. And
+2 shield.
+2 shield. Perfect.
Hey, Marius had his eyes wide for a second.
Yeah. It's not a feather, but she basically gives you a single golden feather and hands it over to you, Ava. This can be used to call me to your aid. If you need me, I will be there. And basically what the feather allows you to do, Ava, is cast Planar Ally and to summon Zariel and Lulu
Shit.
for 1 hour.
So they can steal kills from us. Dope.
Oh, it's gonna be the exact same thing. Just comes in.
Yep. Got it.
Hey, this demon lord's got 1 HP left. Sorry, I'll do the thing.
Ready for Titanfall.
Nice.
Thank
Nice.
you.
But
so
yeah.
much.
She nods and she like ruffles like Lulu's like little like golden like feathers and stuff. And she kind of looks around at where she is. She says, I've spent enough time in this place to last me, well, a lifetime. But it's time we return home. She looks at Lulu and she says, I hope they will not be too angry with me. And Lulu just shakes her head and like says, they'll understand. They always do. And Zariel nods and looks at you. What do you want to say?
Lulu, I think you should go around and at least give Ava a hug. I know she's gonna need it because you're leaving.
She agrees. She looks at you, Ava, and the giant mammoth form of Lulu like rushes at you really, really fast.
Probably knocks her over.
Probably. And she
I'm gonna miss you.
Yeah, she uses her giant mammoth tongue to actually give you a lick.
I'm gonna miss you.
It's never goodbye. Not really.
Well, I'm gonna miss you until the next time I see you.
You have that feather.
Yeah.
It's true. Ava, whatever you do, you need to fix your problem, please. I wanna play on the plains of Mount Celestia with you.
Don't think I'm going to Celestia, but I'll try.
You could visit, right? I'll come meet you
Maybe.
on the shores. It'll be fun.
That does sound fun.
She like you can see her like kind of like sniffling, like she's really sad for you that she's losing you and that you are going to lose your soul to Belle.
I'll find a way out.
she says the same thing to you that you say out loud. She laughs. She's like, "Yeah, I know you will." And then Lulu will also go around and make sure to give every single person a hug goodbye. Goodbye, Zeke.
Goodbye.
You know, I know you don't seem to have a lot of faith, but the fact that you still have your powers, you might not believe in the gods, but they believe in you.
Yeah, I guess they do.
She goes over to Morthos, and she says, "You might want to work on that dinosaur summoning. It's really cool, you know, but life finds a way.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Here it comes.
Yep.
Yeah, Zeke loves riding it. So I give Lulu a big hug.
Yep. And then she flies over to you, Hal, and she kind of looks a little standoffish, and she's kind of like, I know we might not have been the best of friends, but I think you're a good person, right?
I do what I have to. I imagine. I mean, had you known me 100 years ago, you would have probably liked me.
I mean, 100 years ago, I was walking around here with no memory of who I was or what I was meant to do. But you helped me, so maybe one day you can find someone that'll help you. And she kind of
Now look around.
Yeah, she kind of
the
turns
rest of
and
the
looks.
group.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of like scanning over everyone. She says, "Well, maybe you already have."
I think so.
Good luck, Hallandar. And she flies over to Marius. By the way, Marius, even though you've given the sword back to Zariel, your angelic transformation has not gone away.
Hell yeah.
You still have the wings and everything. You don't have the blade, but you have all the other benefits that the thing imparted on you.
Dope. So he kind of flies up to meet her and says, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. There's a 50-50 between keeping you or the shield, and we chose you. So I'm pretty happy we did. No, I'm just kidding. We hated that stupid shield.
Yeah, that shield was annoying. You never knew when to shut up.
Yeah. Having you along made a big difference, and we wouldn't have been able to do what we did without you. So thank you.
Well, that's true, but I don't think we'd be able to do what we did without you. When I summoned that citadel to protect the sword, that was only half the story. The most important part was somebody worthy needed to come along.
Well, you know, I think I was worthy enough to draw it and bring it back to its rightful owner, but I never really felt right using it. So I'm glad I could bring it back to her. And I'm thankful I had my friends with me, because I wouldn't have made it this far.
She nods and places her big trunk on your shoulder and just says, just know this story's not over yet. I've seen people fall before. And she kind of looks at Zariel and she says, be strong, Marius.
Yeah.
Please?
Well, I mean, we have the added benefit of helping someone come back from that, so maybe just knowing it's there will help us make the difference. Oh, by the way, Saul says that they love you, and they're going to miss you so much.
She'll go and give Saul a nice hug goodbye.
And Saul's going to be like, why is this creature touching me?
Right.
Oh, by the way, when we came out of the thing, Saul in my head was like, you guys are lucky Asmodeus didn't ask me, because I totally would have become Archduke.
Soul would have sold it out super quickly.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Technically, he only offered the Archduke to two of you guys, right? At least straight up. Only two of you guys were offered that. Yep, so she, Zariel, Lulu goes back to Zariel, and she says, it's time. And she takes, she mounts Lulu like she did so many, years ago. And she turns and gives you guys just the slightest of nods before her and Lulu, ascend up into the sky before they disappear in, a flash, and they plane shift home. Leaving the alleged 5 here on the shores of the River Styx. And you all have a moment to look at each other and reflect.
Why did they need to fly up there to plane shift?
Because it looked cool, man. That's what you do. When you can fly, I motion to my wings. When you can fly, you do it all the time.
I guess I just don't get it yet.
Yep.
My wings will come in.
Yo, sure. Do crabs get wings?
They could probably.
Give it enough time, probably.
Mhm.
They have water wings, right? You got little floaty.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so
Well, I didn't think that was gonna work.
Yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised by how effectively she actually seemed to be she wanted to be redeemed. She wanted to come back.
see, Lulu wasn't wrong. Not really.
It just took like a 32 insight check and like a 25 persuasion check. And
It's interesting that Marius was able to do it, but Ava wasn't.
I know. I'm so salty.
Honestly, I was treating it more like a group check sort of situation. I think
Right,
you both
right.
needed to succeed in order for it to have a chance.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also think it's kind of poetic that Marius, who is probably most at risk of like falling in that same kind of like overly enthusiastic way, was the one who like made the final like push. But Ava was the one who noticed that that Zariel wasn't genuine yet.
Yes,
Right.
that's super important.
Yes.
I insight check everything.
Yeah, as soon as he started saying that, it's a trick.
Insight check. I'm a plus 13.
Let's see.
I
So,
will use it,
That's a
damn
theme.
it.
Tried to push Marius over, didn't succeed.
Yeah, it's like
She's a 9 strength. What'd you expect from her?
we do
Just
have this
run
like
it in
this
and
handout
fall
right
over.
with you guys and Lulu and handing the sword over to Zariel. Oh, let me go back to here for the stream. So like handing the sword over to Zariel and stuff, and her being able to accept it is kind of this moment, right? Which is cool. And then back elsewhere, right? Back on Mount Celestia, we see a cathedral that has like all the stained glass windows telling like Zariel's story of like becoming an angel, falling, becoming Archduke, and now in the like temple, there's one more pane of glass that's added to the end of the story, and that is Zariel redeemed. Lulu at her side.
That's
oh.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
That is awesome.
Wait, she got her hand back.
It's just a regeneration spell.
I mean, but that means if she gave us her eye, would she get?
But she wasn't. She's not Archduke anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Did she
Yeah.
did she take it out before she switched?
No. Unfortunately,
Nope.
Ava's
Damn.
still.
Yeah.
Still.
I was gonna say something. I thought the same thing. Like she's already changed. So
Yeah. Yeah. He took away her powers.
I tried to get you guys to yank it out before, but
No, it had to be
Willing.
given willingly.
Willingly.
Yeah.
I
it
mean,
has to be
hey,
given
if
willingly.
Arkin or Arthur or somebody become Archduke, then
yeah.
we already
He's on
know
the
them.
list. He's on the list anyway.
That's what list?
I've
A
got a
list.
list. Zeke,
My
I'm
list?
literally a vengeance paladin. I have a list of all the people who need killing.
I just wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't like that kind of list, but okay.
Have you met me?
No, I guess I have.
Personally, I'm kind of sad we didn't have a fight with Zariel, but
No, it
I
was
like the
good.
way the story wrapped up.
Yeah, I do too.
I needed this. Good lord. I didn't realize that until Lulu went super close to death earlier, but the story ending like this.
Mhm.
The
I
Zariel
love-
arc at least was beautiful.
I love just like us being on this river. On the other side of the river, there's just this giant battle between like a giant Tiamat flying in the sky, Arkin and all of his dragon hordes attacking both sides of the devils and demons. We're on this cliff face and like we're all talking here. Marius is floating above, and then we look over and like Hal's sitting on top of the war machine
He's
because
not even with
like
us.
we succeeded. Yeah, we succeeded, but like now the next part of our journey starts. So like this is just a breath. This is just a moment.
That's why I'm in the driver's seat.
He's like we gotta go.
You guys
guys.
ready?
Yeah, what are
Well,
you doing?
Nobody's asked Morthos yet, right? Morthos
Nope.
has no idea what you guys are
Okay,
playing.
gotta go home.
Yeah.
Oh
Martha's
yeah,
like,
no. one's
okay, guys,
talked to
ready to plane
Morthos.
shift.
I mean, Morthos, you ready to
I mean
go home?
that's That's the alternate thing, is we could plane shift back to Candlekeep, buy all of the tuning forks, and then just plane shift right to where we need to go.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason to ask Morthos to come along now.
You're the taxi.
It's also
designated
because
driver.
you also do like 40 points of damage every round. So
I
there's
called an
that.
Uber. This weird tiefling showed up.
Yeah. No, Hal doesn't like me. He doesn't want me to go with you guys.
Oh, God, can we talk about Helena and little Hal?
Yeah. The Howe
no-
family.
Oh yes,
Right.
that was.
Hell.
So good.
Oh, can you imagine the morning household?
Oh, hi, Hal. Oh, good morning, Hal.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
how
like
you
that
doing, little Hal?
episode of
Hal.
Squidward where he goes to the city with only Squidward people.
So good.
That was
Sorry, I'm
funny.
too old for SpongeBob. It's fine in the house.
The household. Oh my god.
Can we like start a vote or something? Can we,
Well,
is there some action
well,
we can take about these puns?
No.
Hey guys, just out of curiosity, what did Asmodeus offer you all during that moment? Basically, he asked if I wanted to weigh out my contract or career plan after I, hand my soul over to Belle. Like, what did he tempt you with? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I think for me, he just wanted me to come help fight the demons.
Any incentives?
The incentive was to bring it back to more like the forest and what it was meant to be, more nature.
Oh,
Sure,
to
he was
make it-
sure he was just lying, just playing on, knowing where I came from.
Yeah.
He thought Maliki could come help.
He offered me basically went the whole route of like, oh, well, the gods won't help, so come help us because we're holding back the demon army, and it's just more bull.
Yeah, he asked me to give up my quest, and but of course he said there was a contract, and I'm already under contract.
One at a time.
I like that if there was no contract, Hal's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
That was the funniest.
I
thing.
know.
Holy
I was waiting for you to say that too. I was like, really? That's so. What is the contract you're in? You're currently in, Hal?
My family's being held against their will, and I have to go rescue my father on the 8th plane of hell.
Holy
Whoa.
shit! Wow.
So this is like the 9th. Avernus is like the 9th, right? So it's
No, we're on the
First,
we're on the first layer.
we're on the first one.
so it starts at 1 and goes down. That's really far. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
So
get
that-
there. We'll get
Yeah. So that explains a lot of your. Okay, that's why you hate demons so much.
All fiends, actually. This makes so much more sense now because I felt that was just really weird that you just hated fiends. Like they're kind of pieces of shit, but now it's all making sense.
Yeah, it sure is.
Mm,
I hate contracts even more.
yeah. I totally understand.
Yeah,
And why you didn't want to be a part of our wonderful marriage.
yeah.
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 What about you, Marius?
It's kind of personal. I don't know. We've been through
We're
a lot.
literally married. You are surrounded by your two husbands and wife.
Okay. He offered to make me Archduke and told me that as soon as that I became Archduke, that I could take out my eye and give it to you.
No, that would solve things, but
Mhm.
I don't know. It's kind of the easy way out, right? It's kind of weird that he would specifically call me out for that.
Well, I don't need his eye, and I imagine Morthos probably doesn't.
No.
Nope.
We can just double check, and I don't know. Maybe there's like a forest spell that needs like the eye of Marius, like specifically by name.
Well, we got plenty of time, Zeke. You can keep checking your contract and see what the loophole is for you. I mean, maybe it is the eye of the Archduke on the 3rd level, giving willingly. I don't know.
It's true.
You know, for as much as it comes up, I do forget I have the contract.
Yes, you should probably
We
be
have more
focusing
pressing matters,
I should be doing my homework. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, sorry, go.
No, go ahead, Steve.
I was just gonna say, like, you know, given that we've been spending all this time, you guys have had the singular. Well, most of you had a singular focus, which was save Elturel, and it's done now. And like, you know, the real question is like, literally, what is next? I know, at a grand scheme of things, you guys plan to go down, and like Hal's in the driver's seat, ready to go right now. But like for you guys, like, what's literally the next thing you guys plan to do?
We could sleep. That sounds great.
Can we go back to the material plane? I just want to tie up a couple loose ends, and I think we can also go shopping in Candlekeep.
We have so much money. I forgot about that.
I can probably just dip into the family account to compensate.
I mean, the
And
one
also,
thing you
we
guys
have them.
You're rich?
didn't get was money here. There's not a lot of gold in Avernus, right?
No, there's not.
I mean, yeah, my parents are like the jewelers of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, she's filthy rich.
That explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I get it now. Okay. And you were
What?
serious. Were you like the poor kid who had the crush on her, or like how was this?
No, I'm from arguably a wealthier family, an older family. I actually don't know the. Well, I mean, it's hard.
I've been around long enough.
Well, it's hard to quantify because most of my family's wealth is tied into the criminal underworld, so it's hard to like put an exact dollar amount on it. But yeah, I don't belong to that family anymore, so it doesn't really apply.
We were kind of neighbors.
Yes, we lived on the same block, if you will.
So you weren't the poor kid with the crush, you were the rich kid with the crush.
Yeah, basically.
Who's now married to its crush.
You know, happy endings do exist.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean,
I was supposed to marry
Zariel.
him, right? Or well, my parents were trying to convince me to marry him.
That worked out.
Oh, that's funny.
I guess I don't have to marry some random noble from somewhere else. I get to marry Marius.
And your 2 other husbands. I'm sure they're going to love to hear about it.
I mean, we've only got like 4 days left in the marriage.
Now, we have 4 days left in the bonus from the marriage, the divine bonus.
What?
We are going to be married
Wait.
for...
Ever.
Wait, are you sure, Marius?
Oh my God, Zeke.
No. Okay, hold on. Wait. No. I'm pretty sure. I've read the book.
Open the book, Zeke.
Okay.
The
Book.
religion check.
Okay, I'm opening the book.
Open. Read the ceremony entry.
Okay. Ceremony.
The bonus lasts for 10 days.
For the next 7 days, the
Marriage.
child is happier. Well, Oh, no.
Keep going.
oh, we're actually married.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Oh, this is weird. I'm too old to marry most of you. This is weird.
Wow.
Well, it's
What do you mean most
it's an
of us?
arranged marriage.
I don't know how old Morthos is. It's rude to ask. Morthos, we're married. Morthos, how old are you?
You know what? I'm gonna go look because I'm totally 25. I'm young. I'm 25 years old. Very, very young.
I'm 20. I'm 22.
I married 3 gold diggers. Is this how this works?
Gold digger. I
diggers.
didn't even know
What?
what that was. No,
You
Marius
have gold
married.
diggers.
Marius married Ava because she's a +2 to shield.
The +2 shield was the spouses we made along the way.
Yeah, it was Ava all along.
That's the only reason he married.
And I think on that note, as you guys bicker and laugh and have a moment of like joy, I mean, except for Hal's probably just like chomping at the bit, like revving the engine.
It's like desperately trying to save his family
The
as we
camera-
laugh about how we're all married to each other.
Yeah, the camera kind
Could
of
I-
pans up. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was hoping to do like a little RP thing that would be like a little tiny thing after the credits,
Like a post-credit scene.
a post-credit scene. Yeah. So if you want to
Yeah.
do the outro
So
and
so yeah, so I mean the credits go up, right, and we are able to see everything scrolling, like, you know, Descent into Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus, written by Wizards of the Coast, you know, starring everyone, like blah blah blah. We did it, you know, we did it, guys. We beat the module, like we did Descent into Avernus as written from beginning to end.
Wow.
Congratulations, it was fun.
High five, doll.
yeah, it was amazing.
That was awesome.
And so, like, we see, like, as the credits are rolling up, like, everyone has, like, that stained glass picture, like Zariel had at the end. Like, each one of you get your own stained glass thing in Lulu's story back in her citadel that scrolls by. We should commission an artist to do stained glass versions of you guys. I'll look into that. If any of you guys know any artist that does, like, stained glass style art, that would be cool.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, so let me know if you find that. And so that happens, right? And then there's, like, a mid-credit scene with, like, Lulu, like, looking around, like, oh no, she's left me again. And she's like looking around scared, and you can see like Zariel playing hide and seek, just like poking from behind a tree and like putting like the shh sound to her lips, and then she goes back behind the tree and then jumps out and like scares Lulu, and like Lulu like farts out a rainbow, and then the credits just keep rolling by. And then there's one more mid credits thing kind of comes through, and we see like a jail cell, and it looks like it's the interior of like some sort of cell, and there's like a bearded devil sitting outside and kind of like looking in there and said, "Heh. How you doing, Thavius? Still hanging in there?" And he turns away and like walks away from the cell, and we see this like wooden this very heavy metal door with a little sliding panel, and the camera kind of goes inside, and we see this room, and it's basically this weird sort of interior of the cell with like let me just see, there should be a handout for this. We see this scene here, which is, let me put on it for the stream. We see this Amnesu chained up bars, this weird sort of room covered in runes, and we hear the unmistakable whiny voice of Thavius Krieg, chained up in a jail cell, going, "But I did everything she asked. I don't understand. Why?" And then there's like a little imp like chained next to him that like runs up and just slaps him like across the face with its like claw, and like scars like the front of his face. And we see like the imp body, and it's chained, right? And it has the unmistakable face of Thalamra Vanthamper. And she says, "Quit your whining, you little jerk. We gotta find a way out." And then that scene goes away, and the credits keep rolling. And
Damn.
and
Film.
yeah, there's like a one more like mid-credit scene, which is like basically like Elturel back in its spot, and the city's still like, you know, crumbling, everything's a disarray, but like we see like the army of like the Baldur's Gate, like the Flaming Fist arriving, and older Ravengard is sitting there wearing like Elturel clothes as he's like helping the city to rebuild, and he wipes the sweat from his brow and he says, "It is time for me to return. I have my own troubles to attend to, I'm sure." And, you know, Rhea is, like, shaking his hand. And we see Elturel seems to be returned to a nice state. I mean, it has a lot of rebuilding to do, but there are quite a bit of people that are happy to be home, and their souls are now saved thanks to you guys. And older Ravengard returns to his, like, flaming fist, ready to go home and to cleanse his city, for the lack of a better word. And that is the last mid-credit scene. And now we cut at the end of the credits. You know, the last thing, it says like filmed in Georgia as it scrolls up. right? And then we cut to Marius's post-credit scene. So what is it?
So I imagine this is like a little later on. We're in the instant fortress. I don't know if we're still on Avernus or if we're back in the material plane and we're making our way back to Candle Keep. But this is like after everything's kind of died down and there's like a moment, and everyone else is kind of fallen asleep. But Marius like climbs up the ladder to the second floor, and I'm sure that Ava meets him with like a knife. Like, what are you doing? You know, annoyed that he's coming up, and he says, "Well, I knew you wouldn't be asleep, so I just." Is it okay if we talk for a second?
Sure. And she like gets up and pats a seat right next to her.
So he sits down, and you can tell that like he's nervous, and he like is holding a piece of paper in one hand, and he's like, I find that when I try and talk to you, it's difficult. So I wrote this down, and if you don't mind, I'd like to read it.
What is there to talk about?
Yeah. You'll know when I'm done reading. So, here we go. I wrote this earlier in our journey when we were above the plains of Avernus. I have changed it many times as needs dictated, and it should be clear to you when. But I saw you and the others fall under the flail of a demon prince, and I could not hold this back any longer. I found in your presence I am both weaker and stronger, and now I must commit and have the courage to do this. In light of our goal and our course, it will be both plain and direct. We have battled deep into hell, and one or all of us may fail in our attempt. So please listen well to me, as this is a final act I wish to commit before we go deeper into layers of hell. We succeeded and saved Zariel, but we are far from perils and danger. So, and he like looks at you like nervous, and then back down to the paper. You should know, Lady Linacker, that I have cared for you longer than you know, as I learned my trade and found myself in the world during my errantry. You have ever been in my thoughts and close to my heart. I tried before I left to tell you, but to see you, to see if you felt the same, but my family made that all but impossible. Fate, it seems, intervened and brought us together in hell of all places. So I hope, as a simple man with fledgling love for you in my heart, that you can see me, your husband by circumstance and dire need, kindly and caring. Though this be an arranged marriage, I hope with all that I am that with time, perhaps, as is custom in marriages such as ours, that a place for me may grow and become warm with affection, as mine is now for you. I would be a grateful man and husband if that ever be the case. I've wanted to say this for some time, but there's never been a moment, and now may be the last final breath we have before we go back into hell and deeper still for Hal. It just never felt like the right time, and it feels selfish of me. I know you have a lot going on, but I just had to say something, just in case.
Oh. I have to go and take care of
No,
and she
no.
just gets up
Yep.
and just walks to the roof.
And he stands up and he's like, no, I understand. And then he just drops down the hole and uses his wings not to fall. And all right, okay, bye.
Bye. Good night.
You hear from below, good night. And that's it.
Yeah, what do we see? The last shots of Ava before the end credits is like finally done. So what is the last thing we see Ava doing?
She pulls out the feather and just looks at it very intently. She's like,
She's gonna call Zariel to come kill him.
And there's that spit. It's kind of like the end of Inception where the top's spinning and you're not sure if it actually bobbles or not. And we're not sure if Ava actually uses the feather, and we cut to black. Congratulations, we completed the module, guys. Good job. Now, I'll be honest, I did not expect us to end it tonight. I did not expect to resolve it. I thought we'd have one more session, but you guys did great. Congratulations. I'm very happy.
That was a speed run.
Cool art to show you.
Speed run through Avernus. Thanks for letting me do that. I know that was silly, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, look at her. Holy shit.
Gosh, so cool.
Yeah. So was there any other? I was trying like all these cool handouts I couldn't share with you guys. I think you've seen all of the good ones basically, but
Oh man, that war one with all the fire is amazing.
yeah, it's a pretty cool one. Right, it looks really cool. It's not like part of the story. It's just kind of like here's what the Blubberer looks like, but it's pretty awesome. It's a
There's your
two-page
shield, Mary.
in the book. It's a 2-page spread.
What'd you say, Rick?
You must have found your shield.
Yep, that's me right there with the shield.
It's the shield of the hidden lord. So yeah, it's pretty late already. So I mean, if you guys want to stick around and do like a debriefing or whatever, I'm cool with that. If you guys would rather just call it a night and we can like do the debriefing at the start of the next session or whatever. We are planning to start our Beyond Avernus, as our home screen shows you, Beyond Avernus. So
I haven't seen that until now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I did it. I did it during this last little ending. So
professional.
yeah, totally. So maybe I'll have to get a new backdrop because it's no longer like Zariel reaching for the sword. Like that's old
Right.
news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She got her sword back.
So she did, and yeah. What'd you guys think overall?
That was so
Awesome.
much fun.
It was awesome.
I'm glad you guys came along for this ride. So, I think at this point we're gonna call the stream. Everyone who has been following us for the last few weeks, it's been fun. The real fun starts next week when we start our Beyond Avernus. So you can watch along on YouTube, watch along on Twitch. We are going, as Hal alluded to in tonight's session, he is planning to go to the 8th layer of hell and to kill the Mephistopheles. So, yeah.
Wait, he said save his dad. He didn't say anything about killing it. Wait.
No, he did also say
He-
kill
He
Mephistopheles.
told Asmodeus to his face he was going there to kill Mephistopheles.
Right, but he didn't tell none of us.
Oh,
know
no.
that.
I'm talking to you guys as players, not characters right now.
I know. As characters, we're like, yeah, let's go save his dad.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Did he still never asked Morthos?
Yeah, I won't see you guys next week.
Damn.
No.
So I think we're gonna come back next week and we'll be like in this moment on the shores of the River Styx as you guys are trying to get ready to do the next thing.
Nice.
Take a level up.
Ooh.
Ooh, thank you.
2 more levels. Zeke, 2 more levels.
Oh, I didn't keep. She took the sword with her, right?
She did take the sword back,
Okay, bummer.
but you keep the wings and you keep.
The charisma upgrade and
Yeah,
I think that's it.
Let me double check what it gave you. And also, don't forget, everyone needs to add that +2 Constitution to your character sheet that she gave you for redeeming her and witnessing the transformation. You guys are given that boon, the Blessing of Health.
So,
Oh, I have true sight too.
That's not part of the sword? That's just something you keep.
No, because the top part is the transformation, and then when you scroll to the bottom, that's the what the sword has specifically. The transformation is everything at the top. Yep. Feathered wings, divine presence, celestial radiance, angelic language, and
Yeah, I
the new
think
personality.
I think anything that's in the attunement block you keep. So
That's true sight, feathered wings, and the
no, I mean
20
the
charisma.
sword allows you to attune to immediately without having to take a short rest. The first time you attune to the sword, you are transformed into a heavenly, idealized version of yourself, blessed with otherworldly
Right.
beauty and a touch of heaven in your heart.
And
Either
you
magic-
gain the following traits, and all of this are the following traits:
Yeah,
angelic language, celestial radiance, divine
Wait,
presence,
Marius
feathered
gets
wings,
hot?
true sight.
I think that is absolutely true. Yes.
That's wild that I get to keep all that. And Zeke, you're just older, so you can't tell, but Marius has always been hot.
Nothing seems to have changed.
Wow.
And after all, you married him.
Yeah. Thanks. man.
So I have a question. This is a random idea I just had. So do we want to? I'm interested to see you guys fight Zariel and see if you guys could win.
Oh
Do we
my
want to do
God.
like a cutaway episode where you
I know.
guys go down a different path?
An alternate universe? What if?
An alternate ending for the
The
DVD.
director's cut ending.
Yeah, we could. It would
What?
require you guys to keep a copy of your characters at level 13, and we could do that next week. Just you guys versus Zariel at the start, or we can just jump into Beyond Avernus. Maybe we should just do that, and we can leave the Zariel fight for another day.
We can do it 1 week. Like if you ever need to take a break, you're not ready to go to the next section or something like that, then it can be like
Yeah.
a special episode.
So if you can, go into D&D Beyond, make a copy of your character, and leave it at level 13, just in case.
Done.
Okay. Like not even like long rest and stuff, or
I would probably want it to be Now let's.
Yeah, I've already looked.
Part of me wants to know if you guys would be able to take her in your state at that state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Okay,
you guys
I'll-
would wipe the floor with her if you guys were fully rested, but I could be wrong on that. So,
Yeah, I have about half my spell slots right now.
yeah. I'm not really sure yet, so don't take a long rest on the sheet. If you already have, then don't worry about it. Because you already leveled up, so it probably overrode. I don't know.
Yep.
Yes, you keep that. You keep all that stuff, which is pretty cool, including the personality traits. Yeah.
So I'm a different person. I'm still that different person.
Have to. Yeah. Let me see.
So
So I'm
I
gonna sign off the
already
stream.
talked to Rick.
We can keep talking, but like
Oh, go
everyone at
ahead.
home, thanks for hanging in there. Check us out next week. Have a good night. Say bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
y'all.
Thanks for hanging
Bye.
out.
Thanks for hanging
Yeah,
out
it
with the
was
alleged
amazing.
5.
Oh.